Sanju Verma, the Congress party is saying, why are you having to resort to what Dr. Manmohan Singh said in 2006 at the NDC, or what he said subsequently in 2009, the video that BJP handles have put out today? These are issues that are well settled from 15 years ago. If you're so confident of 400 Par or Mission 370 or what have you, why are you relying on 15-year-old videos?
You know, Zaka, first things first. Let it be known to everybody that BJP stands for justice for all, appeasement of none. Whereas if you look at the history and track record of the Congress party, I mean, let truth be told, it was way back in 1994 that Veerappa Moily, when he was the Chief Minister of Karnataka, he decided that Muslims need to be categorized under the OBC category to ensure that they get relevant reservations. Now, I'm not going to get into the fact as to whether Muslims need to be clubbed under the OBC category and get reservations, because they are indeed getting the benefit of reservations. I'll tell you where the problem is and what exactly the BJP is trying to highlight. You know, for instance, let us look at what happened recently in 2021. Maharashtra issue came up before the Supreme Court. What exactly were the Supreme Court's observations? The Supreme Court said a Rahim can get reservation, not because he's Rahim. Abdul can get reservation, not because he's Abdul. Gautam can get reservation, not because he's Gautam. You know, Tom can get reservation, not because he's Tom, but because of a Gautam, a Tom, and Abdul and Rahim claim that they are backward. So religion cannot be the basis for wanting reservation. This has been upheld in the Supreme Court in various judgments, 1992, 1995, 2014, 2021. Now the problem arises that in Maharashtra you already have 52% reservation beyond the mandated 50% which the Supreme Court allows. Now Muslims are claiming reservations within this 52% quota along with Hindus, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, what have you. So far so good. What is not acceptable is that now beyond this 52%, and Uddhav Thackeray wanted that 4% should be reserved for Muslims, quota within quota, which is precisely what Siddaramaiah is trying to do and which is precisely what Basavaraj Bommai wanted to eradicate. In Karnataka also the overall reservation is at 51.23%. Now, Basavaraj Bommai said backward Muslims, deprived Muslims are already getting the benefit of reservation within the overall umbrella of 51.3%. What was the need to have another 4% under the B2 category, which is what Siddaramaiah has now decided to give to the Muslims, which means pehle aapko overall umbrella ke under bhi reservation milega, then you will also enjoy the benefits of reservation exclusively for a certain community on the basis of religion, because there's a quota within quota, reservation within reservation. It is this reservation within reservation, quota within quota, which is what the BJP is against.
One second, ma'am. One second. In the specific case of Karnataka, my understanding is that in 1994, Veerappa Moily's government brought this in just as the polls were about to be called. In 1995, H.D. Devegowda led Janata Dal, at that time united government, implemented this. It was when Mr. Devegowda was Chief Minister that the Assembly passed this. In April 2023, the Basavaraj Bommai government scrapped this 4% quota, and this 4% quota in Karnataka, my understanding is within the 32% OBC quota. So it's within the OBC quota, this 4%, and the Basavaraj Bommai government scrapped it, gave 2% to Lingayats, gave 2% to Vokaligas. Matter went to court. The Supreme Court pulled up the Bommai government, and the Bommai government said, we're not making any new appointments for government jobs or in educational institutions on the basis of this 4% quota. It informed the Supreme Court in May 2023, before it demitted office, that it is putting on hold this move.
Yes, Zaka, you know, you talk of 32%, but I'm talking of the overall quota. There is quota in local government bodies in Karnataka as much as in Maharashtra. There's a quota for admission into government schools. There's a quota for getting government jobs. You know, if you add up all these three quotas, you arrive at that number of little over 51% in the case of Karnataka and about 52% odd for Maharashtra. My limited point is this. You can either claim benefit by virtue of being socially, educationally and financially deprived,
okay,
or you can claim benefits under the garb of being a religious and linguistic minority who deserves certain special benefits. What the Supreme Court has said in various judgments, let us not quote one judgment, is you cannot say that I am a poor Abdul, so let me get reservation because I'm poor, but because I'm Abdul, I should get minority benefits via Article 29 and Article 30 of the Constitution, which are clearly aimed at only giving special advantages on the basis of language and religion to certain minorities. My point is,
Okay.
what the Supreme Court has said is you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Okay,
You can
so
either
let me-
claim reservation or claim linguistic
Let-
and minority related
let
benefits
me-
under Article 29 and 30.
Okay, let me ask Aishwarya Mahadev. So, the speech that Dr. Manmohan Singh made in 2006 at the National Development Council was, and he said, and I quote, "We have to devise innovative plans to empower minorities, empower Muslims for equitable share in development. Minorities, particularly Muslim minorities, have the first claim on resources." The problem that the BJP and its supporters seem to have is, why did Dr. Manmohan Singh have to say particularly Muslims? Are there no poor Christians or poor Jains or Sikhs or Buddhists? Why particularly Muslims have the first claim on the nation's resources?
Good evening, Zaka. I have an official clarification also from the office of the PMO, which I will send, which was issued on 10th December 2006. But I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of it because there's a lot of a whole load of puerile arguments that have come out here. But I'm just going to make a few responses. I believe it's an absolute charlatan sport to use the guise of history in various ways and forms of twisting it in today's context, because you're absolutely bereft and bankrupt of any issues. And when Madam talks about a cap of reservation of such sanctity, you should ask her to look back at what her own party spoke about when they offered 10% on the economically weaker section reservation also. And when you talk about, Mr. Sidramaya offering Muslims this sort of reservation there, ma'am, if you go back and read from the Hagnur committee to the Chinnappa from 94 and 95, your own alliance partner, the former Prime Minister, Mr. Deve Gowda, trumpets the fact that he seems to have been the person that instituted this. This is something that has happened for decades. This has been going on for decades, but because the BJP has absolutely nothing else, I'm not going to get into the entirety of what the court battle is, Zaka. I'm going to make this simple. If the BJP is a government that talks about development, that says हमने इतना सारा काम किया है हमारे 10 साल में, why is it that they go back decades in order to try and justify any sort of problems they have today? They are not talking about development. They're not talking about Achhe Din. They're not talking about Vikas. They start talking about patches of land from 74. They start talking about what chief ministers and people who no longer are even alive to talk about these instances from that time. And now the greatest joke on all of us is people who said मैं 5 साल में Achhe Din और विकास और सब कुछ ले आऊंगा आपके लिए, अभी 2047 के बारे में बात कर रहे, and that has become the problem of the BJP. This is not even distraction or diversion. This
Okay.
is an absolute shame on democracy.
Okay.
That this is what the BJP is resorted to.
Let
Come
me-
talk on the
let-
issues
yeah,
people have
let me
no
get
stand on.
Shobhan Das